Hi, this is Amara. I am here to talk about the plane of forms, the physical world as we see it and experience it with our senses. This plane, as I've mentioned in other videos, corresponds with our root chakra, which is the energy center that is at the base of our spine. And this is our experience of the world of physical needs. Safety, security, nourishment, um, anything that we need to keep our physical body going. Food, water, sleep, anything that will um, keep our physical form in motion. But I want to talk a little bit about what is the physical form because our physical bodies are made up of protons, electrons, and neutrons spinning around in empty space. And if you, in some kind of alternate thought experiment, took all of the particles in our body, all of those molecules, and shrunk them down, took all the empty space out, they would fit on the head of a pin. So we really, our physical bodies is our illusion. We experience them as solid and whole and um, formed and unchanging. But the reality is that as we breathe, as we move through the world, molecules are, um, atoms are coming and becoming part of our bodies, and our bodies are also expelling ener- um, particles and energy. So as you breathe in, if you're in the room with another person, you're breathing in some of their energy and they're breathing in some of your essence because our physical bodies are always um, letting go of pieces and taking in new pieces. And amazingly, the body is composed of um, more than half of the the our physical form of the DNA in our body is not human. It's bacteria, viruses, and other beings, other particles, other life forms that create what we know as the physical form. So when you are walking through the world and believing yourself to be, I am a body, I am a person, um, this is sort of not exactly real. So it's not exactly true to say I am a person. What we really are is awareness inhabiting a physical form, what some people call our human bodysuit. So what we see as, for me, a woman with red hair and peach colored skin, wearing clothes and needing eyeglasses is not really the the reality of what my um, nature is. So this physical form world is illusion, and although everything feels real and we sense it with our senses, it is has a way of playing tricks on us because we don't see and experience the reality. There's, I think humans can only see 2% or something like that of the spectrum of light. So, although we think we see with our eyes, we don't really see everything that is there. Although we think we hear with our ears, dogs hear things we don't hear. Other animals hear things we don't hear, and there are many sounds that are beyond our range. So we have come to rely on these senses, these physical senses, to tell us what is true, what is fact, what is real, and they actually are not able to because they are limited and our physical body is limited. But this also gives us great power because we have the ability, the um, to believe our bodies into other forms, shapes, and realities. And what I mean by that is, um, for instance, if we have an illness, a cold, we experience that as a uncomfortableness in the body, but it's also passing, right? It's fleeting. Colds generally take 10 days, 2 weeks, and then they're gone, and we restore ourselves back to health. And our physical cells die, even though our body still exists, and get replaced by new cells. So, and that happens something like we have new, 100% new cells every 7 years or something like that. So we have this ability with our thoughts and beliefs to change our physical reality. And that can be as simple as, we decide we're going to start an exercise program, and we can increase the capacity of our lungs. We can change the shape of our bodies by getting more muscle tone and possibly, losing weight, or um, we can change the color of our hair, of our nails. We can um, change the way people perceive us by what we dress like and how we show up in the world, whether we, are very dirty or we show up in the world as having showered and we're clean and neat. Like, these are things that change the perception of other people. So we have some um, ability to shape the way our physical form shows up in the world. And I would like to encourage you to believe that you actually have a lot more ability to shape that than you probably are currently believing. So, what I want you to think about for a minute, close your eyes, is to just kind of be in your body, breathe in and out, and listen to your breath. See if you can focus your awareness in your heart, and then if you can focus your awareness to any other part of your body, notice if anything is feeling um, some sensation, if there's any sensations in your body, which we tend to like to call pain or discomfort, but they're just sensations. And just kind of become aware of where you are, if you're sitting, what it feels like to sit, if you're standing, what it feels like to stand or to lie down. Wherever you are right now in the room, what are the sensations that your body is experiencing? And notice how your attention to that experience increases the sensation of what's happening with your body. We have a tendency to judge these sensations and think of them as negative sensations or positive sensations, and maybe even neutral sensations. But often, if we think of something as a negative sensation, we are experiencing it as pain or discomfort. And if we think of it as a positive sensation, we usually are experiencing our bodies as neutral, like nothing's happening. Occasionally it's, we are laughing and we feel euphoric and good, but that's not really happening in our body, right? That's sort of more happening in our mind. So just take a moment and allow your energy to shift to the top of your head. And if your eyes aren't already closed, you can close them and feel what it feels like on the very top of your head. Imagine that there is a ray of sunlight or warmth hitting the top of your head as though you were sitting in sunlight, and allow it to just kind of seep into your head and maybe throughout your body. and experience what that feels like. And you might feel warmth on the top of your head. You might feel tingling somewhere in your body. Um, you may experience that energy as a visual or auditory sensation, but there isn't sunlight there unless you're sitting in the sun. But if you're sitting like I am in a room, the experience of that is in your imagination. And yet your body might have physical sensations based on the words that I'm speaking and your imaginings of what's happening. So this is another sign that our bodies are um, not experiencing reality, or the reality that they are experiencing is not all of reality. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. So you can open your eyes if you like. And what I want to leave you with is to consider over the next few hours to pay attention to what your body is feeling and see if you can identify where that feeling is coming from, where it's located, and whether you think it is real or not. This is just a thought experiment. There's no right answer. But the more we understand how our bodies, how our physical forms operate in this physical plane of form, um, the true way that it operates, not the way that we have always come to believe or that we have not really thought very much about and all of a sudden are considering, the more we have the ability to shape our experience on the plane of forms. Thank you for engaging in this experiment with me today, and I encourage you to put some comments about what your experience has been in the space below. I love you, and I hope you have a fantastic week.